I think we let them get a few too many. We had them in a decent position, but we didn't get any early wickets, unfortunately. I think they played really well. A combination of perhaps not being on it with the ball as much as we would like to have been. But I also think that they played really well. I think Rickleton's in really good form, and Bavuma played nice as well. They set the game up. And perhaps got a few too many on that wicket. I think we should have limited them a little bit more if we'd bowled a bit better, that's all. And then chasing, we obviously didn't have a good start. And to chase down a total like that, you sort of need a good solid platform. I think there were 104 after 20, but they were one down. We'd lost quite a few more wickets at that point, so to set up and chase and sort of give you the platform to chase that. So from start to finish, we need to be better.
Yes, please.
Of course, a lot of support for Afghanistan fans here, and in the non-Pakistan match, so how players were enjoying this is atmosphere, and also two coming games against Australia and England in Lahore, and of course Afghanistan known to produce some good results on the spin wickets in Asia. So looking forward for those two matches after this early setback. Thank you.
Yeah, obviously support is great. I think the guys enjoy support wherever they go, certainly in the UAE or here. So hopefully we'll get more of that in Lahore, and it'll spur the guys on. And yeah, I think obviously it's pretty clear what we need to do now. We know we didn't play well enough today. We know we've got to pull our socks up and play a lot better against England on the 26th and against Australia on the 28th.
Thought between over number 11 to 40, Afghanistan used to build their inning quite well, but today they just scored 161 runs and lost 6 wickets. So don't you really think that Afghanistan needs some stability in the middle over like which they do in the World Cup 2023? So they need that same momentum today, because wicket was not offering too much for the bowlers as well, but they are using short ball against Afghanistan. So how do you summarize these sort of things?
I think the openers need to set up the game as well, the top 3 or 4 batters, and I think within their dismissals there were a few soft dismissals. I think a lot of dot balls early on. I think the pitch sort of at this evening sort of aided the South African bowlers, and I think they bowled really well and made it quite hard work for us. But there are a lot of soft dismissals there for me, and something I'll be chatting to the batters about, and how to go about it a little bit better perhaps for the rest of the tournament.
Hi Jonathan, going forward, like that's back-to-back games, any particular area that you would like to address?
All 3, bowling, batting and fielding. Pardon?
Any particular area that you should have
I think we could do better with the new ball. Take wickets. We need to take wickets in the power play. Make it easier for our spinners coming on and bowling at newer batters, or batters who aren't set coming out of the power play. Fielding, there's a few misfields, and we need to be a little bit sharper in certain areas. And then today the batting, as I said already, a few soft dismissals under pressure, and things we need to get better and do better on the 26th.
Hi Jonathan, this was probably the first time Afghanistan were playing in Karachi, so you guys have played all around the world in Sharjah and India, but like how was it playing over here? Like a great crowd turned up and it wasn't a Pakistan match, so how were the players feeling and how was it playing here? Really good. I think they, as I said, I've been asked a question already, is that they enjoy any support. Whether we're in Sharjah or whether we're in Abu Dhabi. So to get the sort of home crowd advantage like we did tonight is awesome, and we certainly hope that that'll be the case in Lahore for both our games.
Do you think Afghanistan have some issues in middle order which need to be solved? Hi. Do you think Afghanistan have issues in middle order, especially in batting? Do you think it's need to be solved?
Well, yeah, I think anytime you get bowled out for just over 200, chasing 300, you're going to ask the middle order, especially when one player gets 90, batting at number 4, you sometimes look around, and if somebody had batted with him and been able to build a partnership like we've spoken about, we could have got ourselves close to the title today. So that's the most disappointing thing, is one person showed us exactly how it could be done and get us close. If there had just been a few guys who had had a similar day to him. So yeah, it's everyone's responsibility.
Jonathan, nowadays we see a lot of players play franchise cricket together and then they played against each other. So what do you say? This thing is helpful, players knowing each other or knowing their strengths and weaknesses, or you think that this franchise thing has just made things more difficult for teams playing against each other?
I'm not quite sure whether it's a pro or a con, really. But one thing I do think is there's a lot of it's quite difficult to get that rivalry going when last week some players were playing in the same team together, or this week they're playing against each other. So it makes it a little bit confusing, I think, for some players. But for me, we've got to make sure that when we play against England on the 26th, it's 11 versus 11, and we're going out there to beat them. And whereas today, a lot of these players have played together in franchises in the SA20, and so it's always tricky, and where the line is between rivalry or friendships, on or off the field. But I think the way that we play the game is the right way, and we've never. I don't think we've ever really got that fallen the wrong side of how I think it should be.
Any other question? Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
In Wheel was that you scored a lot of runs in front of square. What was it about conditions or the bowling that allowed you to do that?
I think here in Karachi, having had that practice game here, wickets can be quite skiddy, so as a group we emphasise trying to hit a lot straighter. Am I still chatting to you, or am I chatting to everyone?
No, chat into the mic.
Shut it, Lucy. Trying to emphasise hitting a lot straighter for a lot longer, just because if it skids you can obviously get bowled in LBW quite easy. So it was kind of a big emphasis from the team as well. There wasn't a lot of lateral movement as well, so it gave me the opportunity to really lunge forward a little bit and obviously look to hit hard down the ground, which I've been kind of doing for a period of time now.
And when did you find out you were going to play this game?
The usual stuff, always the night before, I guess. You always get a little bit of an inkling at practice and stuff like that, but yeah, when the team went up last night, obviously we're stoked to be playing.
And then lastly, before we open up to the floor, what is it about the conditions in the tournament that makes him so good for batting?
You say that, but we bowled them out for 200. Yeah, obviously I think it's renowned to be generally quite good wickets. I think when the dew factor sets in, it obviously skids on quite nicely as well. So I guess the fundamentals of it is it might be a bit batter friendly, but you still have to execute as well. We looked at the New Zealand game, they got 300 and they won quite comfortably as well. So I think every ground is going to range and be a little bit different, but if it is in favour of batting and the ball skids on quite nicely, obviously I'm quite happy with that.
Ryan scoring double hundred against Pakistan, then winning SA20 for MI Cape Town and scoring a debut 100 in Champions Trophy. So just talk us through your roller coaster ride, Purple Patch, especially for last 3 months, the way you are performing all 3 formats.
Yeah, if you had to ask me a few months ago would I be sitting here and things work out the way they do, I would obviously say no, but it's kind of the point where I'm just really trying to simplify my batting. I have quite a nice foundation in what I wanted to achieve at the moment. I always want to be a 3-format player, so to have that base is quite nice, and to see that the results in the 3 different formats over the last 2 months has been quite, warming for me as well. But I think when I dumb it down a little bit for even myself is just trying to obviously emphasize more mindset and approach. If you look at the guys that play 3 formats really well, i.e. like Travis Head, Shubman Gills, all play similar cricket across all 3 formats. So I'm really just trying to keep it simple, be confident in the way I'm trying to play, and obviously look to make an impact.
So, tell us
We thought, I heard all this about the whacker clay or something like that. It looked a lot harder and a lot drier, the wicket, when we got here, obviously, today. It wasn't a wicket that we had the practice game on, so it was a bit different for us. But throughout the game, I felt the wicket was quite quick. As Matt was getting it through, and obviously we have some quick bowlers in our team, KG and Marco could really push it through. Even Vian was getting it through nicely too. So I think the wicket had pace in it, no doubt about it, but I think the variability on the bounce is what made it quite challenging for both teams. I think we just had the extra yard, the extra heights to extract it maybe a little bit more out of it. Having chatted to the New Zealanders yesterday about the wickets, they said that when the dew didn't set in, it actually got a little bit tacky under lights. Probably was the same today. It spun a little bit more as well, and that, I guess, would hence the decision be to bat first.
Okay. Vian, this is a tournament which South Africa won already, but it's many years ago. So you were very close in 2023 as well. So how is the desperation? Not only you, but other Markram, Vander Dusen, of course, then Klaasen. This is so-called the once in a generation sort of batting line. So do you think this is the best chance to have won the ICC tournament with your batting, with your bowling, and how desperate you guys are to win the ICC trophy again?
Yeah, obviously we are desperate to win it. There's no doubt about it. But in saying that, we don't burden ourselves with that extra pressure. If you look at our ODI group from the World Cup in 2023, I think it was, in India, I mean, that side that was playing there was a powerful side as well. So again, I don't think there's any extra pressure on the guys. Everyone's gained that extra year of experience, that extra year of knowledge on what they're trying to do and how they're trying to do it. Again, I think as a group, we might not have had the best results coming into this tournament, but quietly, I think everyone's quite confident. We do have incredibly good players in this team, not just in the team, but obviously the whole squad as well. So there's guys that are maybe a bit younger in the side as well that are also looking to make an impact. But yeah, I don't think we're too burdened by obviously the hunt to obviously win the whole thing. Obviously, we had to do that, but we don't let that restrict us. We're obviously here to play our best game, have fun, enjoy each other's companies. Again, ICC events, it might be the last for a few guys as they get a bit older. We don't know either. So guys are really just trying to enjoy it. And hopefully that extra bit of experience and the extra bit of knowledge can take us over the line.
Great, thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, guys.